My little Dashie. Life is really Haaaaard. Wrote by DJN30. Haaaaard songs. Approved by ROB Haaaaard 53U. Warning. This story is well to some it up. South Park. World terrorist. KKK. Canadian government. Pandora's box. -2 girls 1 cup. Nazis. AIDS. ROBCAKERAN 53. KONY Hawk. Pro Children Snatcher 2012. And everything else that is horrible in this world. All summed up into one story. For your reading pleasure. Oh, if you get any of the references, you get one internet. Good luck. P.S. You are now playing the drinking game. 1 every time I say road you take a shot. 2 every time I say fuck you take a shot. 3 for every time but wait comes up, you take a shot. 4 for every time I talk about hobos, you take a shot. 5 for every time I talk about sex, you take 1.1 shots. 6 for every time I break the fourth wall, you take a shot. 7 for every time I talk about how much my life sucks, you take a shot. 8 for every time you go lol, or dovhook, you take a shot. 9 for every time you take a shot, you would take shot. 10 for every time I give a fuck, you don't. 11 I desire to inject my innermost form of liquid love into the colorful equine whose hair resembles that of the light spectrum broken down into its essential elements, you take a shot. Author notes. This is the only story to be completely banned from FimFictions, and any attempts to submit this story would bring instant ban. Numbers of times it was banned and or removed, even EQAD hates this. 25. Backstory. In the summer of 2012, me, Neo, and Rob Haaaaard were in a Skype call. Then I got an idea to rewrite his story My Little Dashie. He said I would never do it, so I did it. Chapter 1, My Life Sucks. I lived my life, like there's no tomorrow, fucking bitches and getting paid, in every dream, at least. A good portion of those days were uneventful, it was always the same routine. I wake up, a random bum makes my eggs break, if you get what I mean. I'll walk to work, beat one of my co-workers with a waffle iron, walk home, get mugged by the local black population, and sleep in an alley. Sometimes I'll hang out with some of my friends who range from hookers down by the local Walmart, to junkies who sucked me off for $3. Other days I would stay home and cry in the corner complaining that my life sucks and how I wish I can change it all. More or less I'll get my mother's old razor and hack up my arm. My parents are dead, and I keep their bodies around to remind me that my life is shit, but I always remember that my life is better than the story Twilight. That book makes me want to rip my eyes out, cut my head open with a rusty fucking spoon and pay a black man to fuck my skull until all that's left is a gooey residue of brain matter, blood and semen. Other than watching My Little Pony, friendship is magic and beating off, my life is pretty much a boring as fuck story.
But wait. Why would you be writing a story about how boring your life is?
Asterisk, the answer is simple, you see. You. See. God mother fucking damn it, stop questioning me, you dismal ass faggot. The city I live in used to be a steaming pile of shit and it remains the same as it was when it was made. Plots, yes that was a goddamn motherfucking pun, of land filled with dying animals, rotting trash, and the occasional rape bump. So what I'm trying to say is my town is shit. Since I am probably boring you with my rant, let's talk about something more interesting, like My Little Pony. Friendship is fucking magic. God, I love that show, but no one must know of this dark secret. I haven't came out of the closet. Oh, I'm about bronyism, haha yet. After the first day of My Little Pony aired, I became a brony, or the name the interwebs has gave us. Personally I just don't care. I like My Little Pony and that's all you fuckers need to know. I'm sorry, do my words hurt you? Asterisk, please come back. No, I want you to read my story, sad face. My story begins on a warm, hot Thursday in the middle of winter. My stanky ass was walking down the street when it started to rain. This scared the fuck out of me, because what I have learned from living in the city is that you do not want to be out when it rains because of two reasons. 1. The homeless comes to wash their disease-ridden asses off. 2. The man-eating flesh worms rise from the ground and eat anything but the homeless. So we're fucked on both parts. As I walked home, I decided to take a walk on the beach. I reached into my bag and pulled out an unborn fetus that was sitting next to my masturbation rags all day. I opened my mouth and popped the fetus in my mouth. The unborn tasted magnificent with a light raspberry vinaigrette to it. I stared blankly at the setting sun. I realized my life is a big pile of fuck. As I started to tear up, I noticed a 9mm laying right there in the sand. The black gun gleamed in the setting sun. I picked it up and brushed the sand from it and stared into the gun. It captured my attention. Thoughts raced across my mind, such as why the fuck is there a gun in the middle of the beach? And did I leave my TV on record so I can get the new episode of King of Thrones? I shrugged and started shooting the gun like a retarded bag of menstruation, whipping my arms around like an inflated balloon, but with a gun. My life felt so complete. I enjoyed every moment of shooting that gun, until I shot myself in the foot. Blood poured out of my foot at a shocking rate, so I did what any normal human being would do. I grabbed the wound with my hands and jammed sand into it. The pain disappeared just like that. I walked off, heading home, when suddenly I noticed something in the corner of my eye. A cardboard box, untouched by the hobos. Was this possible? A box untouched by their dirty ape hands? I had to have it. I darted over to the box and picked it up and started running, but then a level 10 hobo appeared. I wasn't ready for another battle, my HP was low, so I tried fleeing. I couldn't. I readied myself for battle. I used rock attack. It wasn't effective. The hobo used boring war stories. It was super effective. I had to think fast or the bum was gonna rape me like the other men I could clearly see laying there on the ground, asses up, faces down. I opened my inventory and scrolled through my bag looking for items I could use. My phone started ringing. My friend Jimmy Rustler was calling me, but the worst part of this was my ringtone. The song Ready to Die by Andrew WK started playing. Life likes to fuck me up the ass sometimes. This scared the wild hobo. It started howling, calling out to all its kind. My ass has never been so moist in my life. I turned around and ran, my ass cheeks clamped together, just in case I am captured. My ass has a fighting chance. I threw any change I had at the hobo to make him stop and tighten the nipple clamps. It worked and my anus wasn't penetrated today. I continued to run until I arrived at my house. I ran into my apartment and locked the door. As I relaxed, I made up my mind to make the cardboard box that I found into a hat. As I put the box down, I heard a noise from the box. I quickly drew out my gun that I found and started shooting the box. As my mag became empty, I decided to eat the gun, so I did. I looked inside the box to see what was inside it, and there it was, a Philly rainbow dash. How did this get here? Why the fuck is there a cartoon animated Philly in my goddamn house? Did my TV record King of Thrones? All of that didn't matter. I got my recording, and tonight I masturbated to King of Thrones.
But wait. What happened to the rainbow dash Philly?
Asterisk shut the fuck up reader, I'm getting there you little fucker. The real question in my mind would be, why is that Philly not dead from all that fucking shooting? Was the box made out of some bulletproof material or some magical fairytale shit? Whatever happened, I like it. Now that fucking question is left unanswered, I have another one. Why is that Philly in a box, and why is it in my house, and if it's real, I'm going to use it to either fuck the shit out of it or enhance my masturbation, or perhaps raise it like a normal, everyday person would do instead of think and take it to an authority to examine. My mouth watered from the thought of what I could make Rainbow Dash do when she grew up. Soon my gun meal that I ate started setting in. I was as tired as an 80-year-old man that just had sex. I put a blanket over the little filly and told her good night. She was scared and wet. She didn't know how terrible this world is yet. So I just ignored the box and left the thinking for later. I went to sleep and began doing my normal routine, and I was taking a walk during my lunch break. I came across a man in a dirty brown jacket covered with many political bumper stickers that had contradicting slogans. He held up a peculiar sign that read as www.isupportobos.com and was quite distracting, although I did manage to make it to the store I regularly eat at. I do recall punching him so hard that the dermis covering his facial area appeared to fall off idly onto the floor below. Later at work, I jacked off to this one girl under my desk who struck a conversation with me. I managed to hide my red face and explain that I sweat on a regular basis due to a skin disorder. Unfortunately, I left the semen stain to dry under my newly purchased office desk. I got myself cleaned up using the Kleenexes I usually use for wiping my faggot ass tears from my face, and walked out the door like a fucking man. Fucking yeaaah. As part of my normal routine, I walked home, got mugged by the local black population. As I unlocked my door, I heard a loud crash come from inside my house. At first I thought it was the Mexican kids climbing in my window snacking up my pots and pans. I slammed open my door only to see Rainbow Dash turning on my power tools and electronics in my house. This angered me, more than an Asian man who just got told his child is a girl. Rainbow Dash wants to look amazing at the air stunt show. She pointed at the screen on my computer. I helped her get dressed up to show off her talent and style. In Ponyville, Rainbow Dash loves to fly as fast as she can. She is always ready to play a game, go on an adventure, or help out one of her friends. Her plot, oh god, her plot, that wonderful part of her from the show. Oh, I mean, her spirit is the best part of her. Tonight I was having mom's old style spaghetti. My eyes lit up in joy. I found myself running over to the computer gaily and clicking on YouTube. I found the video and started it. His palms are spaghetti. Knees weak, mom's spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. He's nervous but on the surface he looks mom's spaghetti. To drop bombs, but he keeps mom's spaghetti. Rainbow Dash tilted her little adorable head to the side. She didn't understand English yet. All she could do is nod and shake her head in an adorable way. I leaned over her. Say daddy, I said to her in a baby tone. She looked up and smiled. Da. Da. Fuck, she yelled out with a huge smile strung out all the way across her face. I smiled and patted her on the head. I have never been more proud in my life. I scooted my ass on the floor to mark my territory for Rainbow Dash, teaching her how to claim territory. She followed in my ass marks. A single manly tear rolled down my face. I was so proud that I took off my pants, bent my ass over and grabbed my ass hairs and ripped them all out. My ass became smooth on this day. Rode followed my leadings and ripped her anus hairs out too, but she let out a little yelp the first time. I heard a knocking coming from the door. It was old man Dick Butt. He wanted to know what the fuck kind of hardcore porno is going on in here. I smirked and pointed next door where my neighbor Mr. Hans, who was getting fucked by a horse's 3-foot Danish long. Fucking weirdo. I on the other hand, masturbate to animated cartoon pixelated equines, perfectly normal. I slammed the door in old man Dick Butt's face. This probably killed him because he was made from pussy metal, the weakest metal a man could have on his head. I turned on the TV to see what was on, and National Geographic came on and something about turtles came on. Right after watching National Geographic and teaching Rode how turtles have sex, I proceeded to grow a rather strange interest in wanting to cut off someone's penis and eat it after cooking it. I took a trip to Fayglist and signed into my account, the Master Butcher, and posted an ad saying, looking for a well-built 18 to 30 year old to be slaughtered and hope for the best. I knew there would be at least 69 people in this world who shared the same goddamn ASSR aping motherfucking hearts heartwarming blazious cunt licking fetish that I do. So after ordering my penis off Fayglist, I thought it would be time to sleep. Well, this night Rainbow Dash was hyper. So I did what any responsible parent would do. I got a rag, I got some bleach and I
But wait. You knocked Rode out with bleach.
Asterisk, I said shut the flying fuck up, reader. If you would fucking shut your goddamn fucking little mouth, you piece of shit, maybe I could tell the goddamn story.
You're probably like, you mad bebra. Ha halolo xddddd.
Asterisk, but fuck you, get out now.
Now you're shitting your faggot ass, whimpering, but I want to hear the story.
Asterisk, what the fuck is that shit? The fuck? Okay, now we're I. Oh yeah. And I. Asterisk, is he gone? Good. And I washed.
But wait.
Asterisk, fuck this shit, I quit.